another question. I have a question on how to get your students to like dance big. How do you get kids to like be expansive without just telling them over and over again? To, like, be
This is such a good question.
Because they can't seem to pull it out of them.
It's such a good question. You know, I found that just say dance big, and you dance with your heart, and it's not enough because they just don't know.
Yeah.
One of the things that I was working with one of the students on the variation. One thing I found very effective is the fact that how they look at themselves in the mirror is just, it's a huge thing. It's a huge thing. I found myself to be dealing with this, dealing with the students looking incorrectly, how they present, how they look at themselves incorrectly, and it messed up the whole thing. But I tell you, Caroline, a lot of things, I begin to understand some elements why they do it. One of the elements is actually psychological. They constantly checking the teacher's reaction, constantly checking. If they do a good turn or bad turn, forgot the combination, they constantly checking the teacher because it's odd. And sometimes I see them here. It should be like they're still looking there, that direction, naturally. They don't even realize. I had that issue in California with many students, but some students don't have that problem. Some students look perfect eyes where they need to be, but the majority of students, I mean, take a look tomorrow when you take the technique, when you watch technique class, majority of the students have issues with that mirror. Incorrectly. I'm a big supporter of a mirror. I am a promoter of looking at yourself in the mirror. But there's times that they look at yourself in the mirror in such an odd and incorrect timing, literally it's driving me nuts. For example, if I'm here, they do like this. Terrible. Look how you're supposed to feel. Terrible. And I do this step right here. Terrible. You know what I mean? Like I wish sometimes, I don't know how to do it, and I wish we can videotape and show them what that looks like. But with your question, the expansiveness of it, watch how you look at another student do the variation. We watch waist up. More importantly, we'll look at the face. More importantly, we look at the eyes. So I tell you the expansiveness you're talking about. So what we wanted to do is from here, if I walk from here to there, yeah? If I'm here, the expansiveness is here, correct? I look up. I look up, and that's expansive, correct? Like this, expansive. So if I put my head in the right place, but I'm like this, it gives you a completely wrong feeling. Because I look down, my eyes is shifty, my eyes is not taking you to where I want you to be, that expansiveness. Because the wall is here. This is your physical limitation. But if I look up, I see the sky right away. Because when we look far away, bigger space, what do? We look up. More space, like this. If we only look limited space, what's in front of us here? If we look down, here is absolutely nowhere to go because we see the floor right away. Right. So we look here, it doesn't have the expansiveness. The bigger picture is when we look up like this. That's a bigger picture. From today to step right here. And that's the biggest space right here. If they do, the minute they do this, it's gone. So their eyes, it's not just the épaulement, it's the eyes. I think we might have to really talk about this in AOBI lessons because how teachers can support students like I had a serious conversation with one of the students in California, and I took the time in our one-on-one relations, really took the time, and it made a big difference. So our eyes, we can't not just talk about the head position, we have to talk about eyes position. That's how we make students dance big.
That makes sense. Well, they're so used to this.
They're so used to, look at your first arabesque. It's a heroic. I always feel like first arabesque is heroic.
Yeah.
Like this. Like a battleship, like this. Look at how you're supposed to feel. Do you feel expansive? So we feel expansive here. Do you feel expansive now? Right away. Something wrong. It gives insecurity, uncertainty, questionable approach, everything. So we have to talk about the eye position.
Yeah. Well, because even like...
Where's your eyes gonna go?
Yeah.
Like this, beautiful. If I do this, right away, it's gone.
Yeah.
Some of our very good students, technically very strong students, eyes wrong place. Like this. How are you supposed to feel?
Yeah, it doesn't finish the line. That makes sense.
So in my school, now I understand why. The girls sit on the floor. In my school, they literally train the eyes, like looking down, look up, looking front, down, look. They train the eyes to the direction of their nose. Now I know why.
That makes sense. So yeah, because shouldn't it?
Yes, your eyes vision, your vision, because if I look up, my nose point this way, so all the energy should go up and diagonal. That's the expansive bigness of my movement. If my eyes is not consistent with this energy, it destroys the position. So not just the epaulement, not just shoulder and chin and head feelings. It's all vision. Basically, our eyes are the windows of our soul. I began to see that issue and bother me more and more these days. It started bothering me more and more because I see some of fantastic students, the shifty eyes.
Yeah, it's like even like the attitude and moves over here, and it's like...
Yeah. I was coaching a student with Giselle. I'm like, you can't go to him and tell him how much you love him, and you look at yourself in the mirror. That absolutely doesn't work. It's like this.
Of myself. Yeah.
It destroys it. It destroys everything. And I really have to think about it. And I even think that we might even have to come up exercises to help students.
No, train the eyes.
Train the eyes.
True, because they don't even, I like talk to so many kids and they're like, they don't realize they're looking at me. Like in class when I'm teaching, I've asked them, like, do you understand you're looking at me right now? And they're like, no.
But, well, Caroline, this is a deeper issue here. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you know, like, do you realize how many students that cannot look at a person? They can't.
Yeah,
They're talking to you, they're looking anywhere but you. They're talking to you, why is that? I don't understand it. It's because, perhaps like you said, the phone has become a mean communicator of interactions. So they're not used to looking at people's eyes. Could be having a conversation, they're doing so much texting and communicating online, perhaps they don't have enough actually opportunity to interact with real human. Like, I live in a small room with 7 other boys, 8 boys. We have to communicate. There's nowhere to hide. You know, we're forced. We have a picnic style table, like picnic, because they don't want us to have thrown chairs and stuff. So the seating and the table is fused together like a picnic table. So of course we sit on the back of the chair. We put our feet. You know, we put our feet on the seat and sit on the back of the chair, and then we eat like with the table like this. But we have to communicate. Right? There's no texting. I think also even just looking into themselves, like look at the mirror, looking into themselves, they have a problem with. That's why they're shifting eyes. And do you realize, and when I want them to look at themselves properly, look in the mirror, they don't. So we have to help them. I still try to figure out where the problem comes from. Some of the problem is come from they constantly checking teachers' reactions. If they do something well, they want to make sure they want to make sure the teacher see it or not. If they do something not so good, they want to make sure the teacher didn't see it. Constant. And I think they could be a very good topic for AOBI teachers to. It began to frustrating me because I can see some of the very good students have a very good future, but I can see that aspect of it holding them back. Because when they go audition, the company is looking for a visualization, looking for a possibility to work with somebody. Perhaps choreographer, artistic director. They want to see a person that somebody they can work with. And the main feeling they get from this person is the eyes. If we're having a conversation, you learn the combination. If I give you a correction, if I'm talking to you, if you look all over the place when a director talking to you, they're not going to hire you. Yeah. They think it's something wrong. Either you're super insecure. They don't even bother to investigate. They prefer to work with somebody with a less technique, but with a very stable, very comfortable personality and posture and disposition. Right? It's like you hire a teacher. If you hire a teacher, right? That's the same thing. Yeah, it's the same thing. So when you take a class, when you audition, when you're on stage, if your demeanor, that's a word I used a lot last week when I was coaching them, because a lot of them doing the variation that actually requires personality. Your demeanor is so important. So this is something I think it could be a very nice topic for us to think about.